All right, so we're over a week into dry July, and according to recent data, it's not the younger generations who are the ones out drinking. Recent stats from Australian Bureau of Statistics found that Gen X women have one of the highest drinking rates and are our biggest wine drinkers. Belinda Stark is a sobriety coach for women in midlife and joins us now in the studio. It's wonderful to have you with me. You only realised you might have had a drinking problem when you were in your 50s. What was that change like? That's a big one to come to.
It was. I was fearful.
Yeah.
There was fear of, can I do this? And do I want to do this? Because wine was a big part of my identity. There was relief. It was like a weight off my shoulders in that I've put it out there. But if I'm really honest with myself, I probably had an issue on and off for the last 20 years. And you know, you commiserate and you celebrate when you drink. So yeah, that's how it was for
And
me.
I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people out there. Even hearing your story, I'm thinking of a few people in my own life. I'm thinking, hopefully they're watching at home. But
Yes.
How had your daily wines turned into a problem? Is it a slow but steady kind of decline? Is that the kind of thing we're seeing? What example did you want to share today?
Yeah, totally. Look, it's so easy to fall into the alcohol trap. I was having 1 or 2 a night, which was turning into 3 or 4, which was finishing the bottle and then looking for the second. And I also, a red flag for me was with after school sports and things, I was trying to get other people to pick up my kids so that I could have my 5 p.m. drinking, because I prioritised that, and that was my drinking time, hell or high water.
Isn't it funny how insidious it is when it starts to bleed into the rest of your life? I think that's a really important example you've just given us there. So how difficult was getting sober? And I guess for those people out there who might be sober curious, I think they're calling it these days.
It is.
Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah. I was really scared I couldn't do it. I thought this is going to be so hard, so hard. However, 3 really big tips are immersion. I'm a team extreme, which can really help me and really not help me.
Yes, all in.
Yeah, I manage it. I manage it now in my older years, lots of practice. However, with trying to go sober, immersing myself was one of the best things. There are so many podcasts out there that you can immerse yourself into, particularly women and for women. There's also heaps of books. So there's, it's known as Quit Lit, and there are some great books out there. There are funny ones with lady stories, you know, like the Bridget Jones story. And so yeah, there's some humour to it. There's also the health and well-being ones. So throw yourself into books. This is what I did. Throw myself into books, podcasts, just immersion. The other thing I did was distraction. So distract yourself with, instead of that 5 o'clock wine, go have a hot shower, or go for a walk, or go and listen to one of those podcasts, journal, have dinner cooked already. And another thing is we were having a chat earlier, the zero alcohol options now. There are so many options out there, so you're not missing out. So there's the wines, there's a champagne house actually approached me yesterday about promoting it's taken them 3.5 years to develop this de-alcohol champagne.
Nice.
Absolutely beautiful. So there's 3 really big things that helped me and didn't make it as difficult as I thought it would be.
Or as daunting a task.
Exactly.
I think there's a lot of things that people look at it as a mountain rather than a hill. But you now help other midlife women ditch the booze. Do many actually think they have a problem?
The women that come to me for coaching, like I have a specific alcohol coaching program, or I have other programs that I can help them with other midlife challenges. However, generally in midlife, it's a huge thing for women, and there's no shame in it. And there's people out there, it's grey area drinking, you're not an alcoholic, so please know you're not alone.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting. That grey area you touched on is quite interesting. Again, these things can get away from people quite easily. We touched on the pandemic, you and I, earlier off screen, and how that's the societal thing of it is also very interesting. And I guess the legacy societal thing of down to the pub, right she goes. What's your advice to anyone out there who thinks they may have a problem? Where should they be looking for help? just give us a bit of a summary, I suppose, of where they can be going, Belinda.
If you're questioning your relationship with alcohol, you probably do have some sort of issue. My advice is, the buzz phrase, sober curious. Get sober curious, which doesn't mean giving up forever if that's too daunting. It can mean having a break, learning to moderate, or stopping for good.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, there's podcasts, there's my coaching, there's lots of other groups out there.
What's the best avenue to contact you, by the way?
Sure. Instagram, so it's Belinda Stark and just _. So there's heaps out there. Give it a go. Get curious. Unfortunately, you can always go back to alcohol, but you may be surprised when you do stop for a few weeks whether you want to or not.
And the benefits that come along with that as well, I think, will be very interesting to see. But Belinda, I want to thank you for joining us on the program, bringing this important topic to us. Happy Dry July to you.
Thank you.
And I look forward to speaking again down the track, hopefully next year.
Lovely.
And of course, thank you to all of you. Hopefully you've learned something from our discussion today. I look forward to seeing you again right after this.
You're watching Ticker. We'll have more in just a few minutes.